Hi, this is Tracy Reines. I'm talking to you from the American Red Cross headquarters in Washington, D.C. What you see in front of me are some examples of items that we give out to people when they are affected by a major disaster. Some of these are what's being provided to people in Haiti right now, actually. If you think about it, if you are in an earthquake or a hurricane or something like that and you've lost everything in your home, there are some very basic needs that you have. Some of them are not immediately available after disaster, so we try to provide those as quickly as we can. A few of those things you'll take a look at, and if you just think about what you would need as a person, some of these will ring fairly true. One of the first things we worry about is shelter, so getting a cover over someone's head. In order to do that, we have some tarpaulins down here, and that are of very particular strength and size, and have holes in the side that you can actually strap them down and provide some cover to yourself, which is one of the first things that we worry about. Another thing we worry about is having some place for people to lay down and sleep that isn't on the actual floor or actual ground. Not just because it's unsafe, it's also cold even in a tropical climate, so you need something between you and the ground. So we have a couple of options for that. We usually give about 5 blankets to each family, and again, even if it's hot, blankets are used just to keep yourself warm and off the ground. We also have bed mats that are down here for the exact same purpose. So just depending on the situation, we give 5 bed mats or 5 blankets per family as well. After you take care of that, there's some very basic elements of personal hygiene that are important just to keep yourself clean and prevent issues in terms of health and public health concerns. We have what's called a family hygiene kit. There's some examples of what's down here to take a look at. There's soap, there's toothbrushes, 5 toothbrushes, toothpaste, a razor and shaving cream. There's some female hygiene products, again a personal soap and all-purpose soap that you can also use for your clothes and for other things as well. So we have hygiene kits. That usually lasts a family of 5 about a month. Another piece, of course, is you have to eat. So at the beginning of an emergency, you're often receiving food that is pre-prepared, something like a heater meal or meal ready to eat or some sort of high nutrition biscuit. That's fine, but as you can imagine, very soon you're going to want to have your own food and things that you're used to cooking yourself and preparing how your family would like to eat, just as you would if it happened to you. So we have a cooking set that doesn't look that different to what you might see in a camping store. Everything kind of fits in together with a couple of pots to cook with, bowls, plates, utensils, and serving bowls. Again, that's a kitchen set. It depends on what part of the world we work in, what the kitchen sets really contain, but it's, again, a way to prepare the food that is received either that people buy in markets or that they might receive from WFP or other organizations doing food distributions. So that's our kitchen sets. The last thing, and also an incredibly important thing, is you need a water vessel. And we have a couple of different options for that. We have this jerry can. We have a few different versions. This is a collapsible jerry can. I don't know if you can tell, but it can fold up, which is great for transportation. So we can fly it there in a much smaller volume, and people can use it much more without taking so much space. And then we also have a bucket with a lid. And a bucket with a lid is important to keep water that is clean when you get it, to keep it clean once you have it. So it's not so good having an open water vessel because your water can get contaminated even if it's clean when you first get it. In order to keep the water clean, we work with different organizations. One is a water purifier. It's a very small family size water sachet, and it's a tablet. It works for a very particular amount of water though, so you have to be careful working with people to let them know what it's used for and how much to actually use. But very simply, a sachet like this can go into a bucket like this of water that's not potable when they get it. But if you pour the sachet in, you have to stir it for about a half an hour, and it basically separates basically what we would call dirt almost. I mean, the unhealthy products in the water. It separates them out and allows the water to be drinkable. So that's what we distribute as well, sometimes in emergencies as well. So if you can just take a look again, we do everything from tarpaulins to give you something to put over your head. We give you things that you can keep yourself warm and not sleeping on the ground, whether it's a bed mat or a blanket. We have hygiene items that vary from region to region, but these are sort of samples of that, including multi-purpose soap and the like. We make sure people can eat, so we've got the kitchen set. And then we have a couple of options for water, both for drinking and carrying and for cleaning and using in many ways. This is just a quick sample of what we're doing right now in an emergency phase after something like the Haiti earthquake. Thank you.